People who traveled or lived in Japan faced a lot of problems and conflicts there. Most of them feel lonely because some people in Japan don't like speak with English people, or maybe they feel shy to talk with English people, or maybe that people who travel to Japan live in a new environment, so they don't know how to communicate with other people, or it take a long time to understand Japanese culture. In Japan, shops are open at 11 o'clock, 11 p.m. And people dislike this thing because it's a really, really noisy thing. And in their country, shops are closed very early because people on 11 p.m. Go to sleep, not for shopping. Also, people was surprised when they see all things in Japan is too small, and Japanese people think that smaller things are better, but other culture cannot accept this thing. Some people said that on December, January, and February, in these 3 months, it was very cold, and sometimes there are no electricity. So they said that's a really, really bad thing. And the most bad thing happened, it's in weekend. It's super crowded. Also, in Japan, uh, if you want to read a sentence in the character and you didn't understand one word in this sentence, you will not really understand what they meaning. Moreover, in Japan, there are public art for public places. And what is this? But it's all about their culture. And in my point of view, of course, people who lived in Japan faced a lot of problems, but also they think for a good solution to coexist in Japan, and they get a lot of experience from living in Japan and know more about their culture, and also they know how to depend on their selves to solve the problem. Also, there are a lot of misunderstanding happening with people. For example, Japanese people always ask you same question, and this thing annoying them. Also, they sometimes cannot understand what Japanese people really meaning. Like when they say comments like, "Oh, you got fat," "Oh, you are white," "Wow, you have such a big nose." And this is a lack of kind of annoying monologue that comes of people's mouth sometimes. Moreover, in Japan, there are no concept of explanation. For example, when you ask why this thing is done, and usually the answer is tautological. It's done because it is done. But in America, it's all about explanation, and you can complain or fight to change something. Situation you have in the Japanese house of sliding along when you pass somebody on a stair or in a hall, cause where everything is at least 18 centimeter, I think, or less. Whereas in America it would be 90 or 100 or more. It's a huge difference. That's why people annoying. Also, Japanese people live in an easy environment. They didn't. They don't work like their parents, and this is a bad thing for other culture. Also, in Japan, Japanese people stopped people who like different, even they do not do anything, and they feel upset why they stopped me and I didn't do anything. But in another countries, they don't stop somebody because he looked different. Finally, people in Japan always smiling, and the people who's there was wondering and asking why they smiling, why they are laughing. But as I said before, it's all about their culture.